If
Do it.
you would like to, I just.
My name is Nito. Well, I always say that. I say my name is Nito, and that is not my name, but people call me Nito. And I am a Rocket League streamer, primarily a woman one streamer. And I have been for 2.5 years now, just getting into like serious content creating. Not just, but in the last like year and a half or so, I've been really putting 100% into it. So
Yeah, and it shows.
yeah,
You're absolutely killing it. Okay, I'm
trying my
going
best.
to rapid fire some questions at you,
Okay.
and you're just gonna answer them as quickly and as honestly. They can be as detailed as you want. I just mean like without thinking.
Okay.
All right, you
Sounds
ready?
good. Yes.
Okay, cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Why?
Doggos. Why? I've had cats and dogs now. I have two cats now. Kevin, my fiance, I moved in with his two cats and I like them a lot. However, as far as like companionship goes, I want a dog someday as like my best friend. So I would say I'm more of a dog person, but
Yeah.
I really do like all pets. I used to have guinea pigs. I really like reptiles too. Like I'm just an animal person. But if people present me with
The
the question,
animals, the fuzzies. Best
exactly,
snack
exactly.
when gaming.
Chomps.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Use code
honestly,
NEATO20 at checkout for
right,
20%
right.
off your Chomps order.
No, to be honest, those are just like the perfect. And I don't want to be making it an ad, but like I really did enjoy the chomps. I like mid game too. I'll have like peanut butter crackers, just some light, some I can eat really fast.
Yeah, no, Chomps all the way. Go to
Chomps.
game when not streaming.
Go to game when not streaming. Right now it's Stardew Valley because there's just an update for it, and Kevin and I will play on our farm that we have because there's co-op now. So
Oh, I know.
it's definitely a very chill game.
We were all in like what was it, a call the other day, and Nito was just sitting there in the call playing Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man.
Favorite song? It can be your favorite song now. It can be your favorite song of all time, or both.
Oh man, this is a good question. But I listen to a lot of music. I really like progressive rock and progressive metal. My favorite song, I definitely don't know if I have one right now. I've been listening to a lot of Polyphia
That's fair.
and intervals, and I'm more of an album person.
That's not okay. Yeah,
Um,
that's fair. That's
yeah,
really
yeah.
fair. Okay, favorite song in Rocket League though.
Don't Stop the Party, best song hands down.
Oh, it's in my top 5. It's in my top 5. It's such a good song. It's
I
such
mean,
a good song.
I'm an OG too. Like I've been in the game since 2015, but when Don't Stop the Party became the menu music, it blew every other song out of the
It's
water.
such a vibe. It's such a vibe. Okay. All right. Nito, as some people who know who hang out in your stream, you're a fan of tequila. You're a fan of the tequila.
Yes.
What is the best tequila out there for those wanting to, try their hand at, tolerating tequila?
Well, we in my household we drink a lot of silver tequila because it always goes down a little bit smoother, or añejo. But that means that it's aged, so it's a little bit pricier. So if you're looking for like a good tequila, a good silver tequila, we always go for the Casamigos. That one's a little bit on the
Oh,
pricey side.
Casamigos is nice though. It's nice. It's
Right,
smooth.
exactly. It's just like it's at that good like higher price point, but still being like relatively cheap for a very, very good tequila. And then if you're not looking to spend, $50 a bottle, we usually go with 1800, or if we're really like going bottom of the barrel, we'll go with Himador as a cheap alternative. But yeah, Casamigos is definitely our favorite as far as silver
There's
tequilas
just
go.
a
Very
list
buttery,
there. There's a list
smooth.
there. of all the tequilas to try out, and I'll have to check them out. Okay, switching gears to Rocket League, to Rocket League and what we're doing there. Explain why you're on the fennec side of the fennec and octane war.
It's funny. When the first time the fennec came out in the Totally Awesome crate, it caught my eye. Like, it was one of those days. I was an octane main because Kevin, I used to play the Mass Moon, and then he was like, no. Everyone use the octane. You got to use the octane. I was like, fine. If you say that's what I got to do, then I'll do it. But for the longest time, I was using the octane, and then this new card came out, Octane Hitbox, and I was like, I like how it looks. What the heck? And then all of a sudden, it became my favorite car. The next weekend, or the weekend after, it was a dream hack, and PSG actually won. It was Fruity, Farah, and Shawset, and Shawset was driving the Fennec, and it was the first time that anybody had won a major in a car that wasn't the Dominus, the Batmobile, or the Octane. Like, so people were it caught everybody's eye, and it became popular from there. I'd like to think that I was before the craze, but I have been riding the hype since then. So, and I'm all here for it.
You just like PTSD'd me with how fast the Rocket League community changes, because the Totally Awesome crate and like that dream hack were not that long ago. They were not that long ago, but you're like, when Fruity was on PSG playing the Fennec at a dream hack, and I'm just like, oh my god. Oh my god.
That's when we thought PSG was gonna come back. Okay, yeah, but
you're a ones main. You're a ones main. You're known for being, you're playing lots of 1v1s. What was it that made you a ones main? Why ones for Nito?
I was a very, very casual Rocket League player for about, I would say, 1,200 hours. Like, casual to the point where I had not really watched any YouTube videos and about like tutorials and whatnot. So I had a lot of bad habits, and I came to quickly realize, with the help of people like Flakes and actually King Randy and stuff like that, that 1v1s are actually a place where if you're struggling with trying to break bad habits, they'll definitely bring it out of you.
Yeah,
and you'll stop doing them. Right. So I started to grind them, and I wanted to teach other people that, even though this, at first, you might not like the game mode, because I definitely did not like it. I was doing it. It was like eating vegetables.
You don't have anything. I feel like one of the biggest things that in Rocket League is like when you're playing 2s or 3s or anything like that, you can, even if not intentionally, blame something else. You can be like, exactly. Oh, well, it was that person, and it was that person, my opponents or the teammates. And in ones, it's just you. It's you. Yep. You're stuck with you in a mirror.
So it was, after a while, I really realized how quickly I can I still have some bad habits that I have to break, because it was so many hours of just constant repeating the wrong things. So, but 1v1 definitely helps just bring the best out of me. And I'm not really a competitive person. I think it's the first game mode where I really felt like I needed to do anything to win. So if that's what brings it out for you too, then definitely go for it. I think everybody should play a little bit of 1v1s in their diet, have a little bit of 1v1s here and there.
1v1s for breakfast. No, significantly, and I agree. I feel like ones, it's like that mirror definition. Ones makes you go, hey, this is what I'm doing wrong. All right, what playlist is Nito maining if ones is not around? If you could no longer play ones was wiped off of Rocket League, and you didn't have the option to uninstall, you're still forced to do this for the rest of your life. We signed our contracts. What playlist is Nito playing if it's not ones?
I'd have to be a gridiron main, because I got the title for it.
Rip, it's gone, isn't it? As of
if there's no gridiron, then it would probably be hoops.
Oh,
or 2s. 2s or hoops.
Don't let Tryhouse hear you. Don't let Tryhouse
I mean, maybe.
hear you.
What if we could be like a dynamic duo, but I'm not going to be a hoops main.
Oh, I just didn't want it to go to his head.
No, but yeah, definitely hoops or 2s, because it's the most similar to 1v1s where you can create plays.
I get 2s, but think about hoops. You're going from ones, and if you're doing ones right, it's very ground focused, you know what I mean? And, it's very like an intimidation factor. And then you have hoops. Aerials, wall shots.
I don't know. There's something about hoops. The
Excuse me.
you're bless you. But there is something about hoops that I don't know. It's like for me right now. Obviously, I don't take it that seriously, so it's kind of an escape. But I do like the way that you can get creative with carrying the ball because that's something I do practice. I don't utilize air dribbling a lot in 1v1s at the level that I'm at,
Yeah.
but in hoops,
Lot of air
it
dribble
definitely comes in
bumps.
handy. So yeah, air dribble bumping here and there, but usually
No. Yeah,
I
no,
stay
when I
away from the
first,
air.
it's crazy because everyone knows that I'm like more of a Rumble main when it comes to Rocket League. But when I first started playing extra modes, I played hoops. That was my favorite for like the longest time. But it's just
It's
like
good.
there's this level you get into in hoops where it's just like, and Tryhouse can vouch for this. It just gets like
So hard, yeah.
unbearably sweaty,
hmm
unbearably
I
sweaty, and it's just like impossible to stick with.
I remember when it first came out as a game mode, it cracked me up from the moment that I heard the little squeaky tire sounds on the field and all the sound effects and the announcer. Like I
I
was
wish
dying
more
laughing. It's
game
kind of like the
modes
same
had
feeling I
it.
had. Yeah, yeah. The same feeling I had when I first played Gridiron 2. It was so hilarious to see a basketball in Rocket League. It just didn't make any sense. Or to see a pig skin in Rocket League. It just doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
Well, talking about like sweaty game modes and the game modes you main and what you might main, it's pretty like stress inducing at time. What does Nito do to chill out? What are you doing to chill out when you're like had a long day of ones or anything like that? How do you unwind from it all?
I drink a brew or two. Again, Stardew, really, really relaxing game. It's got a really like chill soundtrack. Otherwise, yeah, I really like just not doing much because a lot of the time, when I'm playing 1v1s, I feel like my brain is going at 1,000 miles an hour. So,
Yeah,
um,
no. It
definitely just
is 100%.
relaxing and not playing ones. But there's something about Rocket League. I'm definitely in the addicted category where I could just keep on playing and playing and playing. Like I'll end stream and then my friends are like, "Oh, we're playing Rocket League." I'm like, yeah, I could
Yep.
play for a couple more hours. I go back on and not play. Like it's just at
It's
that
actually
status now.
easier sometimes. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
I
right.
end
Where I'm
stream
like,
and now I want to play and be happy about it.
right, right. Exactly,
No one
exactly.
to
Now I
judge
gotta
me
hit
when I'm
the
alone.
record button when I do those like random sessions. That's like my only thing is like I could be doing more
Content.
for creating, but no, that's yeah, I just like the big chill. I'm always in that kind of mindset though, like just finding the next big chill.
Yeah. All right. Tell us, for those who might not know, tell us about meeting your fiance. Tell us how you met him, about meeting him.
Well, I met Kev playing Rocket League. A lot of people don't know. It was actually in a casual twos match one fateful early afternoon. It was a very strange time for the both of us to be queuing. But it was
Midday
fated.
love.
It was fated. But we got into a casual match and we ended up. So what had started the conversation was actually Kevin's friend Zach, who was in a party with him. His player tag had said #1 blind player, and I had questioned him like, well, how blind are you? Because this guy was air dribbling and ceiling shotting over all of us.
Yeah,
And
what?
well, he's like, yeah. And he's like, well, I'm visually impaired. I will eventually lose my sight completely, but I can still play. And this guy has like, we're close friends now, Zach. He's actually the person I go to trade stuff with, but he he just has these crazy camera settings. It looks like he's playing first person Rocket League.
Oh my God.
And he loves freestyling, so that's what he would focus on. And he was really great at it. So it started a conversation. I played a few games in casual twos with Kevin and Zach. And Kevin was just a cool player. His name was Meatwad, which is this character from a cartoon from Adult Swim from a while ago.
Yeah. Oh God, it's still on Adult Swim, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they might still be playing it. They might still be playing it. Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah.
There we go. I left my brain for a sec,
Oh
but
God, I feel aging.
right, exactly. But so his profile picture was Meatwad. And then after like I think it was like 4 or 5 games, they were like, "Well, we're in a Discord. Like, do you guys want to just play games with us?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, let's just run some two private twos, and from then on, he actually lived in Michigan while I was in Wisconsin, staying there after school. So after a while, though, one thing led to another, and I took a trip to see Kev out in Michigan, and it ended up being just a very good thing that happened in my life, and I still don't believe it sometimes, because I think back to that day and I'm like, why? I was off of work, it was early, like I don't usually play at that time, it was all like stars aligned sort of deal. And then yeah, eventually after I started streaming,
Sorry,
Kevin...
I'm like smiling ear to ear over here. I'm just saying wholesome love, wholesome Rocket League.
Yeah, after I started streaming, Kevin actually proposed to me on stream. That's my top viewed clip. And shortly after that, not even, I think it was a little bit afterwards, probably like 6 months, we got the Ruckus Engage title, because it was already an established title. The first couple had gotten it from a viral Reddit post, so we get confused with them a lot, but we were actually the second couple to receive the title. And we've been kind of vibing ever since. So we were having plans to get married, but COVID kind of put a stop to those plans. So now we're just vibing and waiting for things to settle down.
It's longer. It
and yeah,
gives
that's
me
the
more
story.
time to plan to crash your wedding. It's okay.
Exactly. We just got to make sure I invite the entire Rocket League community. We're having the next LAN at my wedding.
Oh,
could you imagine?
God. No. Oh my God, Nito. Could you imagine though? Could you imagine because the first LAN post all of this is going to be insanity. Like it's going to be insanity.
We just get married there.
Could you imagine, like there's the LAN and then there's the wedding immediately after and the after party?
That would be so cute. We'll definitely have to, if we can plan it, we'll make it happen. We'll get married in front of the whole Rocket League community.
It could be on the championship Sunday, so you could like honeymoon afterwards, you know?
There we go. Special request, halftime show wedding.
Sorry, not trying to like hijack your wedding plans. Okay, so you talked about it. You have the title. You have one of the rarest titles in the game. But as of this like last recently, I don't know when this is going to get uploaded. As of last recently, you just acquired another very rare in-game title, Miss First Time Rocket League Super Bowl champ.
Yeah, that was very unexpected. For being placed on a team with Riz Turtle, that was my first unexpected event was getting invited. Second, then getting placed on that team, and then third, actually winning. I don't think that could have gone any better for us. That was insane. I keep telling people, like, when we were in game 4 and we spoilers. When we were in game 4 and we had won because we won the 3 games, I just was in disbelief. I thought we had to go to a game 5. I was like so nope, sweaty and nervous. I was like, what? You can hear me say it in the moment we won clip. I was like, I can't believe we just won. Like, because I literally couldn't believe we just won. Like an actual
Super Bowl moment. I wish there was like Gatorade poured on top of it.
Oh man, I wish I was streaming. I couldn't stream and broadcast because of my internet, but oh man, I was just geeked out, and the fact that there was a title on the line, I didn't think that it was possible
here
for me.
right now to state something though, and to burst your bubble immensely. I have, in my investigative nature, reviewed all footage of the series we played with you guys, the one that knocked us out, and we get to the second game, and we lose, and we're out, we're done. No, it was game 3, wasn't it? Or was it game 2? I don't know. It was the end of the match. My head was out of it. I don't remember. It was this wildly important event. Just forget it all. But literally, at the very end, he had the ball. He had the ball to tie the game. Came off the wall. The ball never touched the ground, and it just said game over. And it gave you guys the win. So this
I think we remember that.
Yeah.
I think we remember that.
I have this immortalized. I am challenging you to the second Rocket League Super Bowl. We will defeat you. I need you to know. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for your ring. I'm coming for your title.
Did you hear that?
I'm coming for your title.
Oh, okay.
I just like the world. I'd like the world to know that I'm coming for the title. We were robbed. No, but seriously, I'm so happy.
No, I think I definitely remember that moment or some moment where we were like, that didn't touch the ground.
Well,
Why is it over? And then it was
the
over.
most unbelievable thing because we still might not have won. You know what I mean? But that shouldn't have been where it ended. That shouldn't have been where it ended. I call hacks. I call rigs. You got Sis out there bribing the refs. No, but that's super awesome. Like, you are the very first event. The Rocket League did this huge event, partnered with the NFL. They introduced the new gridiron game mode, but they did. A lot of people actually don't know this because I don't think like it was hyped up so long beforehand. But yeah, there was the NFL sponsored the gridiron games. And it was basically the Rocket League Super Bowl, and like a bunch of us got invited, and Nito won. Sis, Rizzo, Turtle, and Nito won, and I think that's incredible, and I think that's even cooler than the Rockets Engage title. I'm so sorry, Kevin.
It's okay. Kevin is on the same boat. He's like, you have to wear the gridiron title for a while.
Get rid
He's
of it.
like, yeah.
Oh
He was really enthusiastic about it. Orb, who is a caster because he's on G2 and he casted the grid with Athena. He casted as well, and he the casters really wanted titles like so bad that they convinced the production to give a title to the caster that predicted the winning team, and it was Orb. So Orb, who is a plat player in Rocket League, has one of the rarest titles in
Rocket
the world.
League. Just gonna go driving around his plat lobbies, you know, gridiron.
I love it.
Champs. I don't even know. Okay. Well, speaking of Rocket League events and the Rocket League community, you are one of the most arguably, like from events, from streaming, from content creating, from playing. You're one of the most known Rocket League content creators in the community. And you actually played Rocket League before. No, not maybe. You are. What was it like becoming part of it? A lot of people who listen to these and who watch these have came since free to play or later on into the Rocket League. When things have changed immensely over the years. So what was it like becoming a part of the community as a female gamer, as a female streamer, just as somebody like diving into it, not a pro player?
It was quite surprising because this was something that I had always kind of kept in the back of my mind, like it's something I could do, something I could dabble in, you know, streaming games, because I'd always been a gamer. I liked making friends and talking to people. So eventually I just, full sent it, and it started to work out, and people actually liked me. So it was one of those things where I was kind of starstruck a little bit, and it's still times where I have to take a step back and realize like how far I've come in becoming a part of the Rocket League community, and how I remember it how it was when I first started like interacting with people and feeling like, this outsider that I had played Rocket League for a long time. I think that did help me because I felt like I was part of the community already because I had already had so many hours. But there's something about the Rocket League community that's basically like, if you can relate to the feeling of playing this game at any level, it's very easy to relate to people as a friend and make connections that way. But no, it was crazy to see it come from what it was when I first started streaming, the streamers that I first started watching, and how it is now. It's insane. It's
100%. I know we've talked about this on our podcast. So by the way, for anyone listening who's not aware, easy plug right here. Nito and I co-host the SSG Scuffed Cast. We record every Monday. It releases every single Wednesday. So go listen. We've got like 20 episodes out. We're killing it. You don't want to miss it. We talk about everything there. But we've talked about it there. But like you were saying, like getting involved in the community and things like that. Rocket League is one of the like easiest communities, like unbeknownst to like any other one. And I'm talking Twitch though. But like easiest communities to become a part of. Like you look at all these other communities and they're large and they're growing just like Rocket League is, but I can't pinpoint another community out there that like, if you just go out there and you're just like, hey, I'm interested in creating content with you all, you know what I mean? And being a part of this, that'll just be like, okay, come on.
Yeah, basically.
What's up? Welcome. Like, yeah, you watch streamers like, you watch people be brand new to the scene, and as long as they're like showing the initiative, you know, that like, hey, I want to stream, I want to be a part of this, it's just like, all right, I'll watch you, I'll come here, come into this community. And it is the best. It is the absolute best feeling. But about joining like new things and being welcomed and being part of the best communities, and you know, the Scuffed Cast and everything, you know, you're in Space Station Gaming, you know, we're in Space Station, like the best org out there, represent
yes,
SSG, flex. But you were actually, well, outside of, so if anyone knows, a bunch of us joined back in April, and I was back in May. And then we joined in a wave, and we became this large group of content creators for Space Station Gaming. Before that, it was just Sunless and Mertzy when he was in SSG. You were actually one of the first people after them reached out to by SSG to talk about all of this. What was that like? What was it like being reached out by an org that, you know, represented Sunless Khan and Mertzy owned by Sean Duras?
It was kind of scary at first because I got a message from, and it had to be like 3 or 4 months before we had the initial call that you had also had about signing. So like, I'm exaggerating. I think it's like 3 months.
Long?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, and it was vague too. He was like, hey, I want to do something with SSG with you. Just letting you know. I don't know. Like, he's like, I don't know what yet, but I'm just letting you know that, you know, keep up the good work. You're awesome, blah, 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 whatever. And I was like, it was Sean Duras said, messaged me that. And I was like, what? I was like, huh? Like, this is a prank, right? But no, I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. And then probably a month and a half goes by, and he's like, hey, sorry, we've been really busy. Just letting you know that this, I'm still thinking about this, but we're still in the works with things. So just so you know, and I still had really no idea what was happening. Like, I thought it was going to be like, SSG's hosting something and we want to invite you, like a collab. Like, right, like nothing like, oh, we want to sign you to the org. And then finally we got into the Discord. I saw everybody, and I was initially afraid that it was going to be like a recruitment thing, and I was like, there's so many good content creators here, I would never compete with them. And then I got into the call, and sure enough, yeah, they're like, yeah, we basically want to just talk with all of you and see if you would like to be a part of SSG, and we want to help you. And I was just, it's even still now, I'm very humbled by the idea that they wanted to bring us in and help us, because they've really shown us how much they care as an organization to help us. And that's kind of why I was inclined to say yes, because I could tell that they cared. But it was so a long time waiting.
There's so much to unpack there that's so meaningful, but I'm just stuck on the fact, like, I can't get over, like, Randy was reached out to by Sunless, and I was reached out to by Mertzy, and I still remember feeling like, oh, this isn't real, this is a prank. I cannot imagine the initial DM being from Sean Duras. Like, now, you know, Sean Duras sends us DM, we're like, oh, hey, boss, what's up?
Right.
But like, I can't imagine just like chilling one day, you know, just being who we are, and then Sean Duras goes, hey, you know, I want to do something with you.
That's the only person I could tell. I was like, Mom, I had this guy, he's like mega
millions.
Yeah, right, like he's really cool, and I got a message from him. She's like, oh, what does that mean? I was like, I don't know. I don't know what it means, but it means something good.
Sean Duras, if you ever watch these, this is your power. Like, people would just like implode. Oh God.
No, but it was a nice surprise. It was just one of those things where I didn't know what it was, so I just kind of had to wait. And I never assumed that I was gonna be signed. That was never my thoughts. So when that conversation started happening, I was like, are they even serious right now? But it was insane.
It was a dream. No, but so we've taken this time, and we've talked about, you know, life and Rocket League and all these positive, amazing things, like you meeting Kev, you becoming a part of the community, and SSG, and the things that you've done for the community. And I stand by you. You said maybe to, like, you are one of the most known creators in the community, but you are, and you're known for, you know, good vibes, and you're known for good nature and all this positivity. And I like to wrap these up by asking, like, you to, like, talk to the people listening, you know, and give a piece of advice. So the question I have today is, what advice do you have, both or either or, for Rocket League players and content creators on just staying positive and staying good vibes that you're putting out there into the community? Because I think you're a really good pillar of giving advice for that.
It's definitely, it takes work within yourself to constantly be outputting good vibes. It's some days you're gonna have bad days, and everybody does. But I think the biggest thing is to just always, I know this is kind of cheesy, but like stay true to yourself and what you want to do, and focus on your goals, and don't get bogged down by little mistakes. Like, we all make mistakes. I think the biggest thing I see with Rocket League players is that they are constantly, because specifically Rocket League players, I'm sure it happens everywhere else, in gaming or in any competitive scene, there's just a lot of people comparing themselves to each other instead of worrying about 100% worrying about themselves and their own skill. I think that's what 1v1 kind of teaches you. Like, you're kind of out there for yourself for the most part. But that way, if you can be okay with what you're doing, and what you can handle, because a lot of times it's also just like being able to handle the pressure of losing, and being okay with that. So just constantly reminding yourself that deranking is natural, making mistakes is natural, and there will be those good days, because we all know how good it feels when you're just having an on day. Like, those days will definitely come back. So always just keeping that in the forefront of your mind, and just trying to have fun over everything, because if you can like challenge yourself and still have a good time, then you've won over everybody.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And like I was saying, I think you do a really good job of like broadcasting that out in your content and your TikToks and your Twitch streams and your YouTube videos, and the way you play, the events that you take part of, and all of that. And so thank you so much for talking with us, and thank you for like, again, bringing good vibes.
Of course.
Tell everyone as we wrap this up, tell us where to find you and what you're doing.
Twitch.tv/Nito. Everywhere else you can add the Queen, Nito Queen, and then my Twitter is the only thing that's Nito Queen RL. But yeah, TikTok, Instagram. I'm on YouTube. I don't upload as much as I would like to upload, but
when
hopefully
you
that's
do, they're
something.
bangers, so
It's one of those things, I'm sure you struggle with it too, but I take a really long time to edit myself, because I want things to be a certain way, but I'm not an editor, so
yeah,
it takes me a while.
No, but yeah, no, you guys know where to find her now. And thank you again for watching. Make sure to drop by the links down below, in case you didn't catch those on the screen, so you can find her, and make sure to sub to the content. If you would like to I just make sure to sub to the content if you would like more of it. Thanks guys, and I'll see you next time.
Bye, friends.